Note number 2. When we can't use the sine law, we've already said that we use the cosine law. The cosine law can also be used to solve for an angle. Okay, for an angle in the triangle if you are given sides. Okay, so the cosine law has a version 2, and we'll find that by rearranging one of the equations. So if I rearrange this, solve for cos angle A. That's what I'm going to do, okay? So I'm solving for this. In doing so, I have to move the b squared and the c squared over. So I get a squared minus b squared, because the plus b squared changes signs to negative, and so does the c squared, equals, these are now gone. I've got negative 2bc times the cos of angle A, okay? And if I'm still trying to find what cos A is on the other side, on its own side, I have to divide both sides by what I'm multiplying cos A by, which is negative 2bc. Okay? These cancel themselves out, okay? Leaving with cos A is equal to a squared minus b squared minus c squared, all divided by minus 2bc. Okay? Now, if we wanted to, we could divide out a negative value. So if we wanted to divide out a negative value, we could do the following. So cos A is equal to a squared minus b squared minus c squared, all divided by negative 2bc. What happens is we divide out a negative value of negative 1, okay, and then that changes this a to negative a squared plus b squared plus c squared, all divided by negative 2bc. And then these negatives, they cancel each other out. So what you have is b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc. Now, if that doesn't make any kind of sense, right? If I didn't have you follow, okay, it doesn't matter because the formula is given to you. Okay, so we're not studying curriculum that requires you to solve for that angle. Okay. What you do want to notice is that if you want to find angle A, it's a reorganized version of the cos law when finding a side A, okay? So to find an angle A, you have this formula, okay? Notice that what you're finding, the angle, okay, is equal to the sides that are not opposite your angle, but then you're subtracting the angle or the side that's across from the angle that you're finding, divided by the values that you had as positive values, okay? So then angle B, if we're trying to find that, it's the two sides that are not opposite angle B, so that's the c squared plus the a squared. It's subtracting the side that's across from angle B, which is squared, and then dividing by the values that are not across from the angle that you're finding. C, B, and C, A, and usually we write it as A first, and then C. Okay, and we can write C first here, or A first. Okay, and then, so that's to find angle B, and then to find angle C, you say it's equal to the sides that are not across from the angle you're finding, so that's a squared plus b squared minus the side that's across the angle that you're finding, divided by 2 times a times b. Okay? All right. Example 2. Solve for the unknown angle to the nearest degree. So right now, we want to know what this angle is. Oh, the one thing I wanted to make sure of is that you want to note, way up here, note you are given side, side, side. okay, which is called S. Okay, so you're given to use these laws, okay, you're given side, side, side. So notice you're given side here, you're given a side here, and you're given a side here, okay? Now, across from angle A is side A, across from angle B is side B, and across from angle C is side C. So the first thing you say is there's no 90-degree angle, therefore there's no SOHCAHTOA, and there's no Pythagorean theorem. Okay? So you are given side, side, side. So therefore you're going to use the cos law, okay, to find angle A. Okay? So the second thing you say is, all right, if I want to know what angle A is, I'm going to use the cos of angle A is equal to the sides that are not across the angle I'm trying to find, so that's the B squared plus the C squared minus the A squared, all divided by 2 times B times C, where I'm subbing in now the values of A, which are 5.3, B, which is 7, and C, which is 8.2. So the cos of the angle I'm trying to find is equal to B squared, which is 7 squared, plus C, which is 8.2 squared, minus A, which is 5.3 squared, all divided by 2 times 7 times 8.2. Okay, still following BEDMAS. All right, so we've got 7 squared 49, plus 8.2 squared 67.24, minus 5.3 squared 28.09, all divided by, we're multiplying here, so 2 times 7 times 8.2, 11.48. Okay, so we add these, subtract that, so we've got 49 plus we've got the 67.24 minus the 28.09, and that's 88.18. I didn't do that right. Okay, so I'm going to tell you something that will be important. This number here is always less than 1. So that number there can't be what it is, because if I divide 88 something divided by 11, I'm going to have a number that's greater than 1. It's just a restriction on the number. So 2 times 7 times 8.2, 114.8. Okay, so then 88.19 divided by 114.8 is equal to 0.7682 blah blah blah. That's the cos of the angle. See if you can see this still. Okay, so now I have to find the angle, so I need to press Shift or second F. Angles are found by pressing Shift or second F. Okay, so angle A is equal to cos, and then when I press the Shift button or the second F, okay, so second F and then cos, that's the answer, 39.8 blah blah. But then the way I write it, 0.7682 dot dot dot. Okay, so it's showing me I'm getting the inverse. Okay, so then angle A is equal to, we said 39.8 dot 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 to the nearest whole number. The 8 is greater than a 5, so it becomes 40 degrees. And then put a little dot there. And I'll put 40. Okay? All right. Let's go on to the next one. So if I'm trying to find angle B, it's going to be across from side B. And then after the letter B in the alphabet, then this would be C. And this would be across from side C. And then A would be across from side A. Okay? All right, so if I want to find angle B, I first have to say there is no 90-degree angle. If there was, there'd be a 90-degree symbol, but it would have to be visible, right? So no 90-degree angle, therefore no SOHCAHTOA. Okay, if it worked, we would tell you, but it doesn't, so there's no SOHCAHTOA and there's no Pythagorean theorem. Please don't be the person who tries a Pythagorean theorem when you have no 90. Okay, it's just not possible. Okay, so what are you given? You're given a side, you're given a side, and you're given a side. Okay, so you are given a side, 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 so therefore it's the Coase law, okay, to find angle B. All right, so we're going to use, so the second thing is angle B. What is it? Well, we have to use cos of angle B is equal to, and you can use the formulas up here, okay, it's a squared plus c squared minus b squared, all divided by 2 times a times c. Subbing in the value of a is 6.2, b is 5.9, and c is 2.3. So cos of angle B is equal to a, which is 6.2 squared, plus c, which is 2.3 squared, minus b, which is 5.9 squared, all divided by 2 times a, which is 6.2, times c, which is 2.3. Okay. So 6.2 squared, 38.44, 2.3 squared, 5.29 minus 5.9 squared, 34.81, and then 2 times 6.2 times 2.3. 28.52. 28.52. Okay, so then this up here, we're going to have to add 38.44 plus 5.29 minus 34.81. 8.92. 8.92, all divided by 28.52 divided by 28.52, 0.3127, blah, blah, blah. But I still need to find the angle, okay? So it's angle B, and then when I press the shift, it's going to have a -1 come up on the screen. And then I'm going to press the 3, 0.3127, blah, blah, blah. And then that's going to find me my angle. So I have a second F, cos 71.7, blah, blah, 71.7, dot, dot, dot. Underline the 1, look to the right, 7 is 5 or more. So angle B is approximately 72 degrees. Okay, and that would be it.